Hi, I'm Leanne Ely. I'm a nutritionist, a New York Times best-selling author, and some people even say I'm a life coach. I started the Daily Dish Show to share my story, my truth, and my journey to vibrancy, and to inspire others to do the same. Because it's all about grit, perseverance, and finding a way despite the odds. It's about embracing the whole woman, not just the parts that are easy to love, and feeding her heart, mind, body, and soul. But I found that this isn't just my story, it's your story too. It's go time. This is the Daily Dish. It's the Daily Dish. It's Monday. You know what that means? This is a recorded show. You cool with that? I hope so, because I love today's topic. What we're going to be talking about is pain. Pain is a thing. Last week we were all about talking about change and how it is a thing, and we have to deal with the thing. And sometimes connected to that change is a little pain. Not going to lie. We'll talk about that today. What do you think? Yeah? Pinkies up on that one? I sure hope so. To all of you who participated in our great big huge spring fling sale that we had, thank you. It was a great showing. The top of my head is getting cut off. I know Jenny would be saying, the top of your head's getting cut off. It was a great show. A lot of you showed up, and we did extend the prices into a little bit of a rain check situation. We ordered extra product. Patience for those of you who ordered we had some big bulk purchases. So for those of you who did that, we might split your order. We might whatever. If you have any questions, of course, hit up customer service. We'll take care of you. That's support@savingdinner.com. Secondarily, so thank you from me and the whole team. We're most grateful. You know, we are a small woman-owned business and woman-run business, and we appreciate your support immensely. Thank you. Secondarily, our special of the week, we're pivoting a little bit, and we're going into something I know you're going to find extraordinarily valuable, and that is freezer meals. I have a 24 the freezer spring type of recipes, absolutely delicious, that you will love for $27. But wait, there's more, because you're going to get the whole shoot and match. We're going to give you one and another one, so 40 recipes. I believe that's right. If I'm wrong, Jenny will correct it in the comments. We will give that to you absolutely free. So details are all right there in the comments. And by the way, if you ever miss any of our announcements, they're all at savingdinner.com/announcements. Our quote of the week is, to live is the rarest thing in the world. Most people just exist. Amen to that. I don't want to be an exister. I want to be an absolute vibrant livinger. I want to live, man. I want to have everything that I can get out of this life, right? We get one opportunity to do it. So meditate on that one, get out your journal, write that one down, and just ask yourself, am I just existing, or am I really living? It's a good question. So Mel Robbins, you've seen her before. She's quite, big speaker and what have you, written a few, the 10-second, 3-second rule or whatever, 10, the countdown thing. And she said, pain doesn't hurt as much when you stop avoiding it, which is the truth. The anticipation of pain is the thing that just gets us. But when we just step into it and say, okay, here it is, this is what it is, we confront it, it isn't as big as sometimes we think it is, and I'm talking about all kinds of pain. And there's been studies that show that, we can handle more pain than we think. We are always stronger than we think we are, okay? But we spend a lot of time and energy avoiding it, don't we? We do. And just to make sure we're on the same page, I'm talking about, I'm really talking about mental pain more than I am physical pain. Physical pain is a whole different set of rules, but let's talk about the mental pain. This is the stuff when we put ourselves through the hamster wheel of thinking and rethinking and thinking again, right? So for some of us too, we've got the pain of procrastination, and we've also got the pain of regret. Now, I can bring that up because we just completed a fabulous hot melt sprint where everyone was all on top of it, weren't they? Wasn't it great? I hope you got great results. if this was your first sprint, or you're revisiting the sprint and you haven't done it in a while and you did it full out. That's really fun. But there's others who are going to say, I just didn't give it my best effort. They might have the pain of regret. Or others who said, I just didn't get set up in time. Pain of procrastination. Both of those are heavy weights. And based on the quote from Jim Rohn, he says, we must all suffer from one or two pains, the pain of discipline or the pain of regret. But I'm going to say this, which is nobody wants to hear, but there's purpose in the pain. I promise you. Glennon Doyle said, pain is a traveling professor, and it knocks on everyone's door. The smartest people I know say, come on in, and don't you leave until you've taught me what I need to know. Because if we look hard enough, there's always lessons in the pain. This is the path and the purpose of pain, to lead us to a place that is higher than we are. This is where our faith comes in. This is where faith steps in and says, do you believe? That's what happens. It also creates an opportunity to grow and to become and to see yourself a little bit more resilient than you did yesterday. It also shows us a better and higher way, doesn't it? It leads to the place of big time prayer. This is how we wear out carpet with our knees. It's true. So this concept applies to all of us if we're going through something and something painful and are desperately searching for the meaning. What's the meaning of this? We ask ourselves that, right? We want at least some kind of tangible meaning so we can at least square this with all these torturous thoughts. So we also have to ask ourselves, how do I deal with deep pain? We can even add fear into that, right? And that is one. We need to sit with the reality and the totality of what our feelings really are. Avoiding them never helps one iota. So I believe that when we sit down with it, instead of allowing for the overwhelm, we start with the brain dump. This is what I'm feeling. This is the pain that is going on. These are the fears attached to that pain. We can journal. We can go to therapy. We can talk to a counselor. We can go to see our pastor. But the point is that we need to allow for the unfolding of what this possibly has attached to it, what meaning it has attached to it. And I will also mention that this is true for most human beings, is that we only have one or two words associated with what we think we're going through. I'm just sad. I'm just scared. I'm just this. I'm just that. And oftentimes it's a little bit more complex than that. So sometimes we need to go look and search for words. Maybe it's sadness, anger, unworthiness, abandonment, missing what was or what could have been. But if we express it all and not just some, that's going to help us a whole lot. We can't just get stuck on one. We can even, there's charts of like what these different feelings are, emotional charts you can take a look on. I think we even posted one once upon a time, but it's certainly helpful. Number two is we can get out the experience file, because I promise you there's always a lesson. And our lessons have been learned in some, not all of our lessons, of course, otherwise we wouldn't be here, right? But lessons teach us something about who we are and what we're about. So maybe what if you have a chronic illness? Well, look and see, are my priorities in order? That's something that you can ask yourself, because that's something you can do something about, right? Is there heartbreak involved? You break up with someone or they broke up with you? Well, it's time to respect yourself. It's time to put things back together. It's time to get to deeply know yourself and love yourself up. Are you in mourning? I know some of us are. I know our sweet Jackie is. I'm going to say this, and I hope you hold on to this, that the love is still there. Love doesn't vanish when our person vanishes. It doesn't. It is still there. I say hold on to it. I say create space for it. I say cherish that. Because I know that, and I've shared this experience before, that when my mother passed, the thing that held me together as she was passing, and she was going through a very torturous journey in her passage to the other side. And I kept saying to her, Mom, You take my love with you and you leave yours with me. I'm good with that. I am good with that. And boy, did I feel that when she passed. And I still feel that. And I still rely on that when the hurt comes. I still think I still have my mother's love. And I know she still has mine. In Christina's book, she calls it the waiting room of when you're in this place. Christina, I told you, wrote the book Second First. And it's all about how to handle grief and how grief has such an impact on us. But it's the waiting room is the allowing for the morning. People tell you time will heal it and this, that, and the other. It's not true. It just changes things a little bit, changes the dynamic of what your morning is. Cherish that love and allow for it. And if it's tears that it's then tears it should be, right? These are the lessons, though, that we get from the experience file. But the rest of it, rolling around in all the old feelings, just dump all that stuff. We don't need to keep that up. We know what that feels like. We don't have to relive it again. There's no worth in feeling worthless, right? Number 3, do something about it because the lessons are there. Chronic illness is telling you make some time for yourself, so do it and make yourself a self-care list of things you can do. A breakup is saying you are worthy of more and better, right? So even if it wasn't you doing the breakup, respect yourself with words, with actions, with your focus, and be proactive on what it is that you can do. Make yourself a pro-con list of that person that you're no longer with. Yeah, it helps. So one of the things, the other thing that I wanted to share with you, whoops, I think I lost something here. Yep. One of the other thing that I wanted to share with you is that a tremendous quote from Tony Robbins, which says, change happens when the pain of staying the same is greater than the pain of change. Pain is always teaching us a lesson in some way, in some way. And pain, if we honor it and say, okay, let's go with this and figure some things out along the way, will show you the lesson that needs to be learned, right? Even if it is just holding on to your broken heart. Love is always, always, always there when we lose someone. Always. It doesn't go away. Cherish the good that you had. Let go of the rest and allow for the unfolding of what this experience can possibly teach you. Because I'm going to promise you this, that if you do, then you can move on and go to the place of the experience file and let go of all this stuff. It's the truth. It is the truth. And so, my friends, I say to you, peace be with you. I will see you tomorrow for Transformational Tip Tuesday. Hang on to it because we're going to talk some more about pain. I appreciate you all. And don't forget, savingdinner.com/announcements for everything that's going on. And if I were you, I would grab those freezer meals. Those freezer meals are everything. And they're going to help you get your freezer all stocked up with food that's agreeable for you. Sounds like a deal? See you later. Bye-bye. Thank you for joining me today. You can find me on TikTok for daily tips to help support your most vibrant life. And remember, you are the author of your own story. Until next time.